And it progressed. And the more it progressed, I said, it was like I needed to pray for them. But I'm only one person. And they were coming. And I said, more people were, more, they were coming. And I said, well, if we get more people to pray for them, because I'm only just one, you know. And then it progressed. And I said, Lord, how am I going to set this up? So there was a kind of a lull at the time.
Yeah.
Because I said, who am I going to talk about? And my parents kind of knew about it, but outside of it, nobody knew.
Mm-hmm.
So it was personal to me, and I was kind of saying, how am I going to, what is the situation? What am I to do, Lord? What do you want me to do in this? This is all new to me, and I need to do more and more. But as days were going on, I was still where I was. I wasn't progressing, and I felt they were coming more and more and more. And I said, well, Lord, what can I do more for them? You know? And I'm at the moment, John, Lord said, just pray, pray, pray. And
was that overwhelming ever? Where you thought, you know, it's like all these, almost these spiritual beggars coming to you?
Yeah, they were like beggars and things like that. And sometimes I would be in my bed and I'd be so tired praying for them. They would come and they would actually I would feel them coming to me, and they would put their hands on my head to comfort me, like a child.
Yeah.
It was like a mother petting their child to sleep. And I felt that very comforting. It was their way of saying thank you.
Yeah.
Like a mother to a child, you know. And I didn't know who it was. It could have been somebody in my own generation. It could have been somebody that I had prayed for, or somebody that I prayed for that got great relief. And it was their way of saying, yes, this is, I want to show you my love. And God allowed that to happen in the physical sense of it, you know. So, but as it progressed, really, it got more intensified, and then I decided to say, okay, Lord, I'm going to have to do something. And it wasn't until the death of my sister, who was dying with malignant melanoma.
Mm-hmm.
She was the youngest case in Ireland to ever have that skin cancer, and they done a program on her. And she was dying. Eventually they done everything. She was on chemotherapy and the whole lot, you know. And so eventually the doctors done everything for her. She was dying. So they sent her up into a nursing home, or a hospice in Uri, County Down.
Yeah.
So I used to be in the room a lot, and I used to pray and pray and pray for her, because I knew she was suffering so much. And I said, Lord, I said, please take that suffering away from her. And I prayed for her salvation. And I prayed and prayed. And I said, Lord, please tell me when her time comes that she's in heaven, that she is not suffering. Because I knew she suffered a purgatory anyway. And I offered up all her pain, that the Lord would bring her to her just reward in heaven. But I said, Lord, I ask you one thing, so to reassure me that she's in heaven. And she died eventually. A week earlier on, when I went back to work again, when I went into work, my prayers were answered. It was one afternoon when I was going for lunch upstairs. I used to do security work, mm-hmm. and the receptionist was there, and she knew about my sister. And when I finished, she answers all the phone calls coming in. So when I was finished lunch, the secretary said, oh, and she didn't know and never met my sister whatsoever. In fact, it wasn't this real secretary, it was a temp secretary that never knew me. The real secretary, I meant to say, wasn't at work at that day.
So this woman would have had no idea.
No idea whatsoever. No idea that my sister died. She didn't even know me.
Yeah.
She was only doing temporary to fill in the lady that wasn't there, the real secretary at the time. So when I came back down from lunch, the secretary says, oh, your sister rang. And I'm saying, oh, she says, your sister Eileen rang. I says, are you sure? She says, yeah. I says, and I was kind of going, this lady doesn't know me, you know what I mean? So how am I going to say? And I said, what did you, your sister Eileen told me to tell you that she rang to say that she is okay.
That's amazing.
And that is my hand to God. Lord is my witness, that really happened. And that was even, if this girl was even here today, she would bear witness.
Yeah.
It was witnessed. And that was a quite long time ago. But that was an indication of that indication that I prayed for, that my prayers. And I knew then, if I could do that for my sister, what could I do? So this was all the Lord telling me, yeah, this is what I want you to do.